So after leaving the Navy, doing my time, I did 6 years, honorable discharge, all that good stuff. I come home, I started working for a government contractor, building ships, uh, mainly in electrical field, electrical design, engineering, that type of thing. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I was just good at what I did, and so I just applied for jobs that fit my skill set. So I was like, well, until I decide what I really want to do when I grow up, I'm gonna go ahead and just work this job here. And it was cool, but it got to the point in which when I wanted to take vacation, I had to make all these adjustments because I couldn't take time off like I wanted to. And even before I could take vacation, I actually had to build up my hours so I could take time off without getting down pay. And then when you have your buddies that work different jobs and they're on different schedules, then you have to, you may be ready to leave on Thursday, but your homeboy may not get off till Friday and he's driving, or vice versa. And then you may have another, cat that actually booked the hotel room, so you can't get there and check in until he checks in, and it's just all about. It was just a big old fiasco, just trying to set up trips and stuff like that. I mean, we worked it out, we made it happen, and we had fun too. But the thing is, it got old after a while. I got tired of having to ball on a budget, going out to the bike week, going out to Daytona, going out to just all these fun things that us young folks do, and just really got tired of it. Tired of having to get a less expensive hotel just so that we can accommodate each other, our budget. But the main festivities are a couple blocks down the road, and we got to walk all the way down just to get be on the scene versus getting a hotel that's right there in the middle of everything. You don't have to worry about doing all that extra traveling. Yeah, you may have to pay a few more extra bucks, but that's the type of thing that I want to have. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, and I didn't want money to be a determining factor of how I was going to go about doing it. So that was one of my issues with working the job I was working, and also just got tired of just struggling and getting by. It's just I like my freedom, and when you don't have the freedom to just take a day off or a week off to travel, go see your loved ones, to take time off to do your hobbies, whatever that may be. Just take time off to just have some time for yourself so you can do you. When you're limited on that ability to do that, that does something to you. And I'm sure you can identify with that, just feeling trapped, cramped. And of course, the folks, the coworkers at work, like, they may be feeling the same thing, but they're like, well, well, at least I have a job to complain about. I gotta be thankful for that. Well, I don't know. My take on it is be thankful for the income. You don't actually have to be thankful for the job, because at the end of the day, we have a job so that way we can have income, so we can do the things we want to do when we're not at our job. So don't get it twisted. I was thankful for the income, but after a while, I started getting tired of the job. I started getting tired of the office politics. I got tired of people that there were a couple pay grades above me, and they felt that they knew everything, but they're trying to dictate how us worker bees supposed to do our job when we were the subject matter experts. How you want to tell me that you want something done within, 2 days, and you never done any of this work at all with your supervisor? And I've been doing this work for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. How you want to tell me that you expect this to be done in 2 days when I already know it's a 5-day process? But I'm the bad guy for, pretty much telling it like it is, and also giving you an alternative to adjust to the schedule, because I just got tired of all that. I really did. I'm tired of people that don't know what they're talking about telling me what I should or shouldn't be doing, or how fast, how long it should take. I'm the subject matter expert. How would you feel if you've been doing something for a long time now? Let's see. Let's just say that, I don't know, you're good at. Doesn't even matter what you're good at. You're good at your job, and then someone off the street comes in and says, "Yeah, um, I have an issue with you, you know, not getting your work done in the time that I feel it should get done." You're like, "Well, okay. Well, do you have any suggestions on how we can do this faster, Mr. Supervisor or Miss Supervisor?" And then the recommendations that they come with just so unrealistic because they're missing out on all the steps. They don't know all the steps and processes of what it actually takes to go from point A to point B. Anyway, I'm not gonna get off the soapbox on that one, but yeah, that really hurts my nerve. And I know it's not just the place where I work at. I mean, I talk to many folks that have 9 to 5s, and they have similar stories. So I know that this isn't being in an employee environment, and that's just the nature of the beast. So when you have experiences like that, and you want to do things and go off and do your own thing, but you're on a budget and you're on a schedule. After a while, you kind of get tired of that, and you want to find out, well, how can I live the life I want to live? How can I just start doing my own thing? Well, there were there were like celebrities, athletes, or just people that are successful in doing what they're doing that I started observing, and they started having, I started noticing they had certain thought patterns, certain mindsets, certain beliefs that I had. And I'm like, wow, I identify with you. And I'm looking at these successful people. I'm like, well, how come I'm not where they're at? If they think like I think, or I think like they think, then what's the difference? It must mean that they're taking action that I'm not taking. So it was up to me to figure out, okay, what action must I take to be able to be financially free and live my dreams and do what I want to do. So I got introduced to uh, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and after that, after reading that book, pretty much it was like game over because I started realizing how money actually worked and why the rich stay rich and why the poor and middle class stay poor and middle class. It really opened my eyes to what some of the things that I was doing wrong in my life and why I kept on, you know, spinning, being in a downward spiral, or just, be on a treadmill, just doing things over and over again, making the same mistakes. And once I grasped the fact that pretty much the rich have assets, and the assets bring in the income to pay for the expenses. So if you only have a job and that's your only source of income, you don't have an asset. you have income, but it's earned income, and that income is based on whether you work or not. So what happens when you don't work? I mean, outside of taking leave or whatever the case may be, but just pretty much if you don't work, you don't get paid. The rich don't operate like that. The rich and the wealthy, rich and wealthy, they bring in income whether they work or not. It's because they have assets that generate income for them in the form of real estate, businesses, things of that nature, investments, like stocks, stuff like that. So started studying, started digging in, started figuring out ways I can start, create my own assets, and did a little real estate, for a few months. That didn't work out too well because when I started doing real estate, it was like right when the housing bubble burst. So that didn't work out too well. First got introduced to network marketing back in December 2007, and after that, pretty much, man, I was like, yo, you telling me I can start my own business for initial investment of $500, and I have my own turnkey business. I can say I'm a business owner. I can start deducting, taxes, expenses that I'm already paying for. I can start deducting that off my taxes, so I can get a larger tax return, income tax time. Man, sign me up, man. I'm on it. Shoot. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it was on the pop. I was excited. I was like, yo, I found something. I'm about to make this thing happen. And, what did they tell you? Make a list, friends and family that wouldn't mind making a few extra, bucks a week, whatever the case may be. So I did what I was supposed to do. I was told, write a list, friends and family, hit them up. Invite them over to, excuse me. Invite them over to hotel meetings, do three-way calls, print out business cards, do 3-foot rule. And, I was doing it, but I wasn't very successful at it at all. As a matter of fact, I actually sucked. So, but it was because of, for one thing, just being new to the industry and not really learning how to be a student of the game. I was doing what I was told by those that appeared to be more successful than I was. So I didn't know any better, and it worked for them. So I figured, well, shoot, I guess it worked for me. And then when it didn't work for me, I looked at two things. I was either like, well, maybe it's the company itself, something's not right with the company, or maybe my friends and family, they just ain't got it all. And they just crazy. I said, man, you'd be crazy not to join me. Man, you see how much money they talk about, man? All we gotta do is just get five, and get five, man. It's a wrap. I know you know 5 people. I know 5 people. Let's just make it happen. Don't work like that. When it comes to network marketing, one thing that these folks don't tell you is that you don't learn how to market. You do a lot of networking, but you don't learn how to market. Does Walmart make a list of friends and family? Does Pizza Hut make a list of friends and family? Does Apple, Microsoft, do they make a list of friends and family? No, they advertise, they market. Just because we're home-based business owners, small business doesn't mean that you cannot do what the big boys are doing. Just do it on a lower scale and learn how to market. But I didn't learn that until about 10 business opportunities later down the road. And then one day I just got tired of it. Really got tired of it, and when back in 2008, when my father passed, that really hit me real hard because was unexpected. I had a heart attack, and I wanted to be there. Be there for the family. Take care of my mom, because the death benefit just wasn't enough to take care of the household for the rest of her years. So it was really grind mode after that. I was like, no, I got to make this happen now. But the thing is, I started operating under desperation versus inspiration. And I started spiraling downward, creating more debt for myself. I actually end up, coming up like $70,000 worth of debt. I mean, not doing the business by itself, but just all in all, I look back and I realized I had $70,000 worth of debt, and just trying to pay the bills on time. I had money coming in, but just wasn't coming in at the right time. Bill is due today, but money don't come in till next week, and I was always just trying to play catch up. I couldn't get my head above the water. It was very tiring, draining. On top of that, get the office politics. So you just kind of get sick and tired of everything. And what ended up happening is I ended up getting foreclosed on. My condo, lost my home because I couldn't, maintain the payments. And doing that, I felt like I was cheated, defeated, and a failure, because I'm trying to be the the beacon of light to show folks like, hey, you can become financially independent. You just got to become a business owner of some sort, and whether you join me or not, just do something. And I want to show and prove to folks that it could be done. By doing that and operating under desperation, not knowing how to market, not really knowing what my value is, because I was just promoting the company, company this, company that, service, products, all that, whatever, without knowing what the real value I had to offer was. I was pretty much running around in the dark, not even realizing, and I created a big mess for myself. So, what happened? After my foreclosure, and got kicked out the home. I moved back home with my mom, and shortly before that, I actually went online, started trying to build, started trying to learn how to market online. I started hearing all these stories about these top earners, bringing in sales, sign up people without even talking to them on the phone. I was like, I like this. I want to learn how to do that, because, truth be told, if anyone knows me, I don't like talking on the phone. You better off texting me if you want to get my attention. I'll answer a text before I answer a voicemail. And, it's just like, yeah, I want to learn how to build a business without having to be on the phone. I want to learn how to do that. But when I looked online, started Googling, and came across Jonathan Butt, and went to his caption page, put in my information, and he just dropped a wealth of information. I was like, it opened my mind up to like a whole different world. I was like, wow. It's like the wool that was over my eyes had been lifted. Like, okay, so this is how they do it. So I started learning how to actually market. Unfortunately, that happened like right in the middle of my foreclosure process and all that. So, it just is what it is. So, started learn how to be an affiliate marketer, which means that someone creates and owns a product, right? And then you market their product to someone that's looking for that product, you get a commission. You're pretty much playing the middleman. So if you have someone that wants to, learn how to do some basket weaving, they want basket weaving, you know, video series or some type of lessons or whatever. You know someone that's looking for that, and he has someone that has a product that teaches people how to do basket weaving. Then what you do is say, hey, you want to learn how to basket weave? Hey, check this link out, click it, like what you see, go ahead and buy it. Boom, play a middleman, you get a commission from the product owner, and easy money. In theory, easy money. Because you didn't have to create a product, you don't have to worry about customer support, anything like that. You're just playing a middleman. And I learned how to do that. It was pretty cool. Started making some money, but just wasn't enough to, get myself out the hole I was in until I came across Power Network. And I'll tell you more about that on the next video. So tune in, and we're gonna finish off the story. Let you know how my life's been since then. So I'll see you on the next video. All right, peace.